Welcome to the Quick and Dirty Show, the best place to be to get step-by-step strategies to live a healthier life and lose weight with ease. I'm flying solo again today, and I miss Marks when he's not here when I'm alone, but he'll be back though. On today's show, I am talking about mistakes, specifically the mistakes we make when it comes to losing weight and living healthier. These are all mistakes I've made in the past when I was trying to lose my extra weight, and I know that these are probably the mistakes that you're making too. Once I let go of a few very specific and very outdated beliefs I had when it came to losing weight, the weight just came off me. And I know from seeing it happen time and time again that this can be your story too. So if you've ever wondered why you can only ever get the scale to go up, never down, you might be making one of these mistakes. Ready? Number 1, eating when you're not hungry. Oh my Lord, I can't preach this one enough. You need to stop eating because someone or something is telling you to eat. Whether it be your meal plan created by your well-meaning coach or nutritionist, your boss telling you it's break time, your clock telling you it's lunchtime, or because you read somewhere that you have to eat every 2 hours to speed up your metabolism. It's all BS. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you've had enough, period. The second mistake you might be making is underestimating how much you eat in a day. Did you hear me? Yeah, you do this, even though you might not believe me right away. Stop blaming your metabolism. It's not broken. Stop throwing menopause under the bus and using your age as an excuse. You are capable of losing weight no matter what you have going on in your life. You're eating too much damn food. Think about the times you take a bite off someone else's plate, or maybe a little nibble from the pot on the stove, or a handful of something or other as you're walking through the kitchen or the break room at work. Those mindless bits and bites of eating are what's derailing your efforts, and that adds up fast. So stop blaming all the things around you and start looking inward at how much you're actually eating. If you're still a non-believer, here's what I want you to do. For a period of 3 to 5 days, I want you to write down every single thing you eat, then take an honest look. If you're still a metabolism blamer after that exercise, then we'll talk. Mistake number 3, you've most definitely made in the past, relying on willpower alone. How many times do we have to put our willpower to the test before we realize that it doesn't work? This way of muddling through, making the so-called good choices on the days you're feeling amped up or supercharged, only to adopt the screw it, let's eat mentality on the bad days. Nobody has enough willpower to get through these bad days. Stressed out days, the weary, exhausted, tired to the bone days. Nobody has enough willpower. So stop trying to rely on willpower alone and then beating yourself up when you slip up. It's absolute insanity. And we suit up for it time and time again. But there's a better way, and it starts with taking the restrictions away from what you can and can't eat. It's making that mental switch that you're allowed to eat the foods you love and that no food should be deemed good or bad. It's working on your mindset to believe that you can be in control of your food. It's going back to the basics and building a proper foundation, a foundation where willpower is not around to crumble at the slightest bit of wind. Weight loss mistake number 4. Believing you'll lose your weight with exercise alone. I was such a believer in this. I cringe thinking of the frustration I caused myself. But you don't know what you don't know, right? When I decided to really take control of my weight loss, I started going to a boot camp style gym. And most weeks I would work out like 5 to 6 times per week. I kept up this routine for 3 years. Guess what? Never lost a pound, not 1 pound. I lost inches, but nary a number moved on the scale. The biggest takeaway from that experience? You can't out-train a bad diet. Or for my fellow Monktonians, New Brunswickers, and Maritimers, you can't outrun a sticky bun. And finally, mistake number 5. Following advanced dieting and weight loss techniques when you haven't yet mastered the basics. Hello, trends and fad diets that restrict your intake of refined carbohydrates, aka sugar. Look, I'm not here to diss any particular diet. If it's working for you, keep going. But restricting your intake of sugar and refined carbs, it does work. But once you stop that particular way of eating, you're likely going to gain the weight back. because you didn't work on mastering the weight loss basics along with mastering your mindset when it comes to eating food. You have to start with the basics and build the foundation before moving on to any of that advanced stuff. But here's the best news. The basics are so good that they're often enough to get you to your goals. So what are those basics? Well, we talked about step number 1. Eat when you're hungry, stop when you've had enough. The end. Basic number 2, eat slowly and mindfully so that your brain has time to catch up with the messages that your stomach is sending it. And number 3 is to eat on a continuum with a how can I make this a little bit better approach. There are 4 more basics that I teach, but those are definitely 3 of the heaviest hitters. Now, if you haven't already signed up for my free course, head over to nat&marks.ca right now and sign up. You'll get my free video training that covers the basics I just mentioned. This stuff works. Now it's your turn. When it comes to losing weight and living healthier, what have you tried in the past? Leave me a comment and let me know. I always love hearing from you. And remember, why settle for average when greatness is within your reach? Thank you for watching. I'm so glad you're here, and I'll see you next time on The Quick and Dirty Show.